What's good, everybody? It's King Prince here on behalf of the World Mag, and I have another very special guest here with me for today. For the people who may not know who you are, go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
Yo, what's going on, world? My name is SKITSO, man. I'm from Los Angeles, California. I'm a hip-hop artist, and let's get into it. I'm here with World Mag. What's going on?
Hey, let's get into it, man. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, brother.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. I see you on Dash Radio. I saw you on No Jumper, man. So you definitely been working. How long you been doing music?
I've been making music since I was 8, but my first time in the actual professional recording studio was 15.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, man. Ever since 8, bro, I've just always been a fan of poetry. Always been a fan of writing. But even before that, I'm a producer. But I begged my mom to put me in the piano lessons like at 3 years old. So I also play the piano as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does that play a role into your production? You being able to play the piano?
For sure, definitely. Yeah.
So on the production side, you know, I know things have changed a lot from the days when Dr. Dre was putting out music to now, you know, you got Drummer Boy and so forth and so on. As a producer, what would you do to change the way hip hop is going to go for the future? Because, you know, they say it changes like every 5 years.
What would I do if I wanted to change it? That's a good question. Okay, so like an invention type of shit?
No, I mean in terms of production, there's the different kicks, there's the different tempos, the different cadences. You want to bring back some of the old melodies.
Wow, I never really thought about that, but I did think about just being able to speak into a system like a dog and tell it what you want.
There you go.
Or be able to talk to it and like have a mic hook up to the audio software and say make this melody. Like you can just talk or sing or talk the melody in, and then it actually records the notes.
There you go.
Can switch the sounds and stuff like that.
Now that's innovation. You might be about 10 years ahead of yourself, but one day that's gonna be a thing for sure. That's on its way.
Cause I thought about like doing that for like, like if I ever lost like my hands or my feet or whatever, like I thought about like for like paraplegics and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like so they can still be able to create. So. Yeah.
Well, that's gonna happen eventually. I hope I live to see it. That's gonna be a cool day and age.
Yeah.
So, what would you say like inspired you as far as music? What made you decide to get into it? Because you started pretty young.
Yeah, many things for sure. Definitely watching music videos. I used to watch The Box.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
MTV, all of that good stuff. But my uncle, he actually was Eazy's best friend.
Okay.
He was his best friend as well as bodyguard.
Wow.
So I used to hear like a lot of different stories about them growing up and stuff like that, and it just grabbed me in for sure.
Because you was already in that environment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I was born hearing the stories and stuff like that, but primarily music videos. Like,
music videos.
I always wanted to play the piano, bro. So that was, even if I didn't become like a rapper or whatever, I would still want to play the piano for sure.
So one way or another, you was gonna be around music.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And, my bad, I forgot to mention the home I grew up in. Like one of my homes I grew up in, my grandmother, she had a grand piano in the house.
So you was able to play the grand
piano. I was able to play, like I was able to just mess around, play around. Like that's where I fell in love with it. That's how.
That's a nice story, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you do? Do you do anything besides music?
Besides music, for sure. I definitely work in the healthcare industry sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, like that, like doing IT and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I own my own clothing brand.
There we go. That's what I was. Yeah, of course.
I'm trying to figure out what like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. What's the name of your clothing brand?
It's called Joe Don Clothing. So basically, one of my grandfathers is Joe, and my other grandfather is Don.
There you go.
So I wanted to honor him.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you just make it.
That's deep. Okay.
Yeah.
Do they support your music career?
Yeah, for sure. And that's my middle name as well. So that's how I call it. So,
okay.
People don't really use their middle name. Like,
that's true.
To highlight it.
Very true.
Honor, yeah, for sure.
Okay. So you said Los Angeles. You told me England.
Yeah, for sure. My parents was divorced.
Okay.
Divorced out. So England is definitely the hub of both sides of my family. But when my dad moved, he moved to more South Central. We stayed in England for a little bit, then
okay. So let me see if in LA. Okay, yeah. So you were saying that you come from divorced families, divorced parents. I grew up very similar. So that being said, I bounced around a lot too. I spent a lot of time in LA, but I grew up in Long Beach.
Right.
So, and then my dad is from Chicago, so I'm from influenced all over the place. So who would you say? Let me say, as far as producers and as far as hip hop artists, who would you say some of your biggest influences?
My biggest influence for sure, Dr. Dre number one, and then I would go with Timberland, Pharrell, Kanye.
Yeah. Okay.
Scott Storch.
Okay. Scott Storch. All right.
And just on some less comes by. But and that was growing up, coming into it. But now it's like we got Metro Boomin.
Yeah, absolutely. So just real quick, let us know what you got going on right now and what they could be on the lookout for.
For sure, I just released a project called Currently Checks and Currency.
Okay.
And it's a 12-song project, full-length project, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just promoting that.
Okay.
I've been doing like networking with different magazine people and doing interviews all week and stuff like that. Promoting the project.
Yeah.
So like as far as this year, what you can look for is just different shows, more promotion, and be on the lookout for my next project.
Fire. Okay. Well, I mean, just lastly, what do you want people to take away from your music? You know, I mean, there's a ton of artists out here. What's something special about you that you want to carry on through your music?
I mean, as far as special, like the cliche messages we all hear.
Of course.
The cliche messages and shit, but it's really just persist. You know what I mean? If you really want something, don't stop. You know what I mean? Don't stop. Just keep going. If you really want to get it, then get it for sure.
Persistence.
Yeah, persistence.
Okay.
Dedication.
All right, man. Well, listen, I appreciate you coming through. I don't want to take too much of your time.
Sure.
But before you go ahead and let everybody know where to follow you out on social media.
For sure, yeah. If you want to tap in on all social media platforms at SKITSO, SKITSO, ISI.com, or SKITSO, SKITSO, ISI. And then if you want to go to my website, it's SKITSO.com. And all digital streaming platforms, SKITSO, for sure.
All right, y'all heard it here first, and y'all stay tuned.
Yes, sir.